Hey, hello there, good evening, and a massive welcome to the Planet Cruise TV show. Do you know, whenever I hear that theme tune, I get a bit emotional because this is a show that's been running now 14 years. It got me into cruising. I've been very lucky. I've now done about 30-odd cruises. I just came back from a mini cruise last week, and do you know, it was magical. It really was. And my real dream is that everyone tries a cruise. You know, some people say, oh, cruising, it's not for me. But until you've experienced a cruise, you will never know. And we've got such a lovely range of cruises tonight. We've even got British Isles cruises. So if you don't want to, you know, travel far, we have got those available as well. And one thing I can honestly say is when you book a cruise, any cruise, the food, the entertainment, the experience is incredible. You can really trust Planet Cruise as well. They've been with us many, many years and offer exceptional customer service. And we have got some amazing prices, as you'd expect as well. Now, it is a different phone number, so you can give us a call right now. Phone line's open until 10 o'clock and first thing tomorrow morning, 0808 250 2662. But, of course, everything is on the Planet Cruise website. And the great thing is, they really is a cruise for everybody. So, whether you're looking for a mini cruise, a world cruise, maybe you're looking for a more formal cruise or a party cruise, they really are cruises for everybody. You know, I was on a brand new ship last week as well. Celebrity Beyond, absolutely incredible. But Glenn's going to be joining me a little bit later on, but we have got, and we thought we'd start the show with these, two incredible hot picks. Here's the first one. Now, this hot pick is with Princess Cruises. They're one of my favourites on board the Sky Princess, and I promise I was on her last year. Absolutely beautiful. It's a 7-night cruise. There's just been a price reduction. So you are going to get up to £100 per person off. You've probably noticed the price. Bear in mind, this is the 23rd of July, so peak season. The inside starts at just £563 per person. The itinerary, it's France and Spain. It's from Southampton. That's always really easy, so you don't have to worry about, you know, flights or anything like that. You're going to get to visit places like La Rochelle, Bilbao, La Coruna. You actually get over to Guernsey as well. And you are looking at, I mean, if you work that out per night, it's way less than £100 a night, about £80 a night. And, you know, that does include great food, great entertainment on board. She's a beautiful ship, by the way, Sky Princess. And this is also in partnership with the Discovery Channel as well. So you've got a brilliant wildlife documentary filmmaker on board as well. So some great entertainment and lectures as well. On this ship as well, you've also got the things like Movies Under the Stars, which is absolutely fabulous. Imagine sitting outside in the hot weather watching one of your favourite movies. There's state-of-the-art fitness, beautiful dining out of the main restaurant, and there's some fabulous specialty restaurants as well, and 24-hour complimentary room service as well. You will be waited on like you've never been waited on before. You know, the team on board Princess, the service, the standards are incredible. And that, we had to start with that because the price is so good. You know, 23rd of July, you try and get any kind of holiday during July and August, you pay a premium price. That one currently is $560, but we do think the price will go up. So I'd get on the phone lines and the website right now. So that's our first hot pick, but we're going to stay hot with our next one, which is from Fred Olsen. Now this is wonderful. Do you know, it only occurred to me, I mean, it's ridiculous, but I've travelled as far as Australia and New Zealand, but do you know what? I really haven't explored Scotland. And this is a beautiful opportunity to do that. So if you're somebody that doesn't want to travel far afield, if you don't like flying, things like that, it's a gorgeous cruise from Southampton. If you book it right now, you will get free drinks and free tips included. You also get £100 per person on board spend, so you could put that towards maybe shore excursions. Obviously there are shops on board, the spa, if you want a few treatments and things like that. But you are getting a saving of up to £250 per person on this one. And you will be cruising from Southampton, so nice and easy. You can take as much luggage as you like. You're going to get to visit the Orkney Islands, the Shetland Islands. You actually get to visit St Kilda, and on the way back, you do pop into Belfast as well. And do you know what? I've never been to Belfast, which is ridiculous, isn't it? You imagine some of the beautiful scenery that you're going to experience as well. You know, whale spotting, dolphin spotting. 9th of July, so hopefully you should get some beautiful weather as well. So that is going to be absolutely outstanding. And with Fred Olsen, although they obviously do welcome everybody, including families, generally speaking, you get slightly older clientele, so couples that, you know, maybe have had the kids grow up and things like that. But I went on Fred Olsen a few years ago with my mum, and we had the best time together. We really, really did. And by the way, obviously the free drinks and free tips, that is a time-limited offer, and it is ending very soon. So if you want to get that deal, I do love. Many of you know I do like my all-inclusive cruises. I really do. So I like, when I'm away, I do like to, you know, relax and drink and enjoy myself, like most of us do. So you will get those included. But we're going to start off with something very special indeed. This is your chance to go on a brand new ship. And I was just watching some of the footage earlier today. Absolutely stunning. From P&O as well, you know, a great British brand that have been with us many, many decades. And it's your chance of going on this brand new ship for her maiden season. And honestly, she is going to be stunning. Maybe you've seen some of the videos of Iona. This is the sister ship. So in structure, she is very, very similar. Just a few new features on board as well. But there is so much outside space. You will absolutely love being on board. Look at some of the areas here with the pools, all of those great areas to sunbathe and to relax and to chill as well. But what is so lovely when you go inside, there are 20 different venues when it comes, literally 20 venues to enjoy when it comes to dining on board, and 8 specialty restaurants as well. Endless, well, I say endless swimming pools, but there are 4 gorgeous swimming pools. One of those is an infinity pool as well, which is going to look absolutely superb. 18 whirlpools, so you can really relax as well. I'm not very good on the dance floor, but if you are, you can dance the night away in the clubhouse as well. And the Headliners Theatre. All the entertainment is very British in general, so great West End style shows, great comedians. You will never, ever be bored. There's even a chance to practice your golf, apparently. There's golf nets on board. But just look, I mean, imagine she's going to be brand new. She's only setting sail in December of this year. So this is a maiden season. This, by the way, is a sky dome. Now, that's a retractable roof. So, you know, when the weather's great, you're going to get, that'll all retract back. You're going to get a fabulous, you know, imagine all the light in the sky. But if the weather's not so great, then that will all be enclosed, but you've still got all of the views and the natural light as well. This is the infinity pool that we're talking about. You've also got the panorama pool there as well. I mean, just breathtaking. And then a huge choice of restaurants. I said there are 20 dining venues, including 8 specialty restaurants as well. And look at the spa. This is the thermal suite as well. I mean, wouldn't you just love to be there? How palatial and decadent does that look? She's beautiful, honestly, absolutely beautiful. Normally, you pay a premium for a brand new cruise ship. The price tonight starts at $937. That's for 2 weeks, by the way, and that's the theatre. And the standard of entertainment with P&O is going to be absolutely outstanding. Lots of different rooms available, of course. The balcony. I wonder, have we got... Oh, there we go, there's mine. But there are some lovely rooms with conservatories as well, like mini suites with conservatories. I've got my eye on one of those. But everything is going to be brand new, and I know you're going to have the most sensational time. But we are live. If this was pre-recorded, everything would have been fine. But guess what? Glenn, my partner in crime on the show, he's driven a long way and he got stuck in traffic. For several hours.
7 hours.
It looks different. He's had no time to do his makeup. Be prepared. Or put his shirt on. Glad you made it.
Look at the state.
Do you know what? You look good in the rough and natural way.
Well, I've got my West Ham shoes on. Good luck on Thursday, boys. It took me 7 hours to get here.
Bless you.
M1's completely closed.
You've literally just walked through the door, haven't you?
Well, I've literally come through here now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Hey, listen.
But I'm glad you're doing that because I didn't even need to be here.
Oh, no, listen. We're very glad. Because actually, I tell you what, I'll be honest. 2 of the cruises I knew pretty much inside out, but there's a Rocky Mountaineer that I haven't done, and you've been on board.
Yes, I have.
So that's the one I really wanted. I mean, I wanted him here, of course, for the whole show. No, I really did. But that is the one, I think, because you're such an expert on that. But what about this ship? What a great price for maiden season.
Yeah, so Arvia's launching, which is fantastic. Obviously, Iona came out. Well, it was supposed to come out, I think, March 2020, and then it's been under wraps. That's done brilliantly, obviously doing a lot of fjords at the moment. So Arvia's the new one coming out. As I said, it's launching December this year.
I'm going over to the Caribbean?
Then going over to the Caribbean, and this is obviously the one coming back from there. But the ship's fantastic. As I said, brand new ship, which, like you were saying before, you normally pay a premium on. But look at it. I mean, it is a big ship. It's a beast going out of normally sort of Southampton or one of the, obviously, Barbados. But it's a stunning ship. You've got loads of areas to sunbathe and relax. Again, being a British cruise ship, they're the most popular British ships going out of course, the UK. Obviously, everything's British on board. You've got sterling as the rate of exchange, of course. You've got tips included. But look at all the areas you can sunbathe. You imagine that coming back from the Caribbean. As I said, transatlantics are so nice. But like you're saying, you normally pay a premium to go on these new ships, and people are clambering to get on this. As I said, a lot of being on Iona loved it, and now want to move over to Arvia.
But that price, bear in mind you're away for over 2 weeks.
And your flight.
I mean, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
What's your flight back to Barbados one way?
Oh, I don't know.
400
500 maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
So always that includes flight. What I love about this, you fly out to Barbados, but you make your way back to Southampton on the ship. So I always hate doing a long flight at the end. It's all right going there, isn't it?
Yeah, and the other thing people always ask me about was what happens, because we're flying out from sort of Gatwick or Manchester, but we're coming back into Southampton. Normally P&O put the buses on as well, included in the price, so they'll bus you back up to Gatwick or Birmingham. But
anyway, let's get on our holidays.
The ports of calls we've got on there, Barbados, one of the best places to go to in the Caribbean. You're going to arrive into Bridgetown. Again, fantastic opportunity. Only a chance to go out in Bridgetown in the afternoon. And from then, we then go on to St Lucia. Now, St Lucia is one of the big destinations, of course, in the Caribbean. They're the pitons. There's 2 of those. One's hidden behind the other. Again, number of tours to do here. I'd recommend, that's Castries where you dock and you've got all the shops there, but I'd recommend possibly a catamaran trip there. Do a trip out to the pitons. They do one called Land and Sea, where you go to Sofri, which is the volcanic area, maybe in the morning, bit of lunch, and then chill out in the catamaran on the afternoon. Fantastic way to spend the day. A couple of rum punches before coming back. But St Lucia is one of the big destinations, of course, in the Caribbean. We then move on from there to Martinique. Now, Martinique is one of the French islands. Maybe some of you haven't been there before. It's a little bit more traditional. Again, some nice beaches to go there. The town's okay. You can go into the town of Martinique. I'd probably recommend getting out and having a look at some of the scenery. They've got some spectacular scenery, and maybe you could do a tour in the morning and then pop back into the town in the afternoon. But Martinique, as I said, one of the French colonies they have over there. And as I said, you can see from some of the scenery, absolutely stunning. We then move on to one of my favourite destinations in the Caribbean, St Kitts. Many of you may have not been there before. Famous for a number of things. They've got some nice beaches, but the one trip that they always do on there is the St Kitts Railway. St Kitts Railway is very popular. They normally do 2 or 3 departures during the day, and it takes about 140 people, and you can sit on the train and it will take you on a whistle-top tour all the way around the island. Again, you get drinks on board. They stop, the locals come out to see the train, they wave at you, they talk in their local language. You think they're being nice, but they're probably saying all sorts of stuff to you that you don't know.
Only to you, Glenn.
Only to me. You can also do a trip over to Nevis. Nevis Island is one of the catamarans. That's another island on there, which is stunning. That's a bit more like a deserted island. Again, we always used to take the captain out, get him with the captain. We used to take him to Royal St Kitts, the golf course, which is a lovely golf course over there as well. We then have a day at sea. Well, we have 5 days at sea, because then you're going to start your transatlantic. You're going to start making your way back.
And those days at sea, you know, people say, oh, will you get bored? Of course not. There is so much to do on the ship.
Yeah, there's 25, 26 bars and restaurants on board that ship. The thing is, what I would suggest you do is you get over to the Caribbean, you hit it hard in the Caribbean, you spend all day out, and then you know you've got 5 days, just relax. If you've got your books with you, you want to chill out, you want to do some sunbathing, the weather will still be good. and then from then we get, of course, over into Tenerife, the Canaries. Now, of course, the weather's normally good over in that part of the world, even in sort of like March, April time. It's going to be warm, it's going to be 22, 23 degrees. You dock in the north, you can come down to the south if you want to. You've got Mount Teide. You can just go from the Lido in Tenerife, in Santa Cruz and Puerto de la Cruz as well. It's a beautiful island. Many of you have visited, but nice to spend a day just to break it up. Before then, we have another couple of days and then back into La Coruna. So La Coruna, we're heading back into Spain, as you can see there, just on the tip. And again, this one is famous for a number of things. You can do the trip to Santiago de Compostela, which is the UNESCO World Heritage Site. You've got some nice beaches. It's the home of the gentleman that created Zara and Pull&Bear, so you've got some good shops there as well. And again, you can just wander around and have a look at some of the Gothic-style cathedrals and Baroque buildings that they have there. But it's a nice chance. And I think when you've done the Caribbean, you're coming back, you're heading back home, you just want to stretch your legs and go off for the day. And then from there, a day at sea, and then, of course, then back into Southampton.
Now, I mean, that is amazing. You know, when you look at it, you know, under £950 for over 2 weeks. This is what's included as well. And these are actually cabins, I should say. So you've got inside, outside, balcony and the suite as well. But you're actually getting up to £300 per person savings. It's a maiden season. This is a brand new ship. No tipping required either. That's all included in the price now. London flights are included, but if you prefer, we have got Manchester and Birmingham.
I think there's only normally a small supplement, maybe 50 quid on there.
Is that all?
Yeah, normally about 50 quid.
They do tend to sell out very quickly though, don't they?
Yeah, so you want to get books on there, but they're charter flights straight in and, you know, straight into Barbados. It works really, really well there for you. But as I said, if you want to see the Caribbean but have a relax on the way back and, see, of course, see the new ship as well, nice way to do it.
Well, I think that one's going to sell really quickly tonight. Are you open until 10? Right?
10 o'clock tonight, yeah.
And tomorrow morning?
9 o'clock tomorrow morning.
9 o'clock tomorrow morning as well. And these are the prices. You know, the inside cabins are great because it's a brand new ship, so you've got all the latest amenities. But if you would like a view for a little bit more, you can go for the outside the balcony or even the suite as well. But she's brand new, it's a maiden season, and I know whichever cabin you choose, you are going to have a fantastic time. And there are some kind of mini suites with conservatories.
Yeah, conservatory mini suites, different ones. Nice. Just speak to the guys in the office, they'll advise you where to go and what to do. But as I said, lovely ship, and as I said, brand new one out.
Sure. So, what a start to the show. But our next cruise is on board the beautiful Queen Elizabeth with Cunard. Now, I've been on this ship, absolutely outstanding, but I was quite relieved that Glenn did make it for the show. Because, well, you've done this whole trip, haven't you? Well, it's on my bucket list.
Yeah, so I used to work for Cunard. I worked on Queen Mary, the big one. And again, if you speak to people that go to Cunard, some people love the Queen Mary because I still think it's the flagship of the fleet. And then the Victoria and Elizabeth are the smaller sisters of there, but a lot of people prefer them. They're slightly smaller, a little bit more intimate. I was chatting to someone about Cunard yesterday. I booked them on a Cunard cruise yesterday, and we were chatting about the ships, and he was asking me about it, and I said, when you go on a Queen, it's completely different to go on any other ship. It's got the history behind it. So I think you feel quite proud when you go on a Queen, and normally when you pull into port, and if there's 3 or 4 ships in port, everyone will be taking pictures of the Queens on there for you, and then we've combined this.
And some of the traditions that they've got, like the ballroom dancing, the afternoon teas.
It's all the images as well they have around the ship of the people that used to travel.
Yeah, of course.
Of course, on the first Queen Elizabeth and the Mary, and it's got that history. As I said, Cunard's second to none. It is a brand to themselves. I know people that won't travel anywhere else. Still got a lot of friends that are working on the Queen Mary as well, but they are beautiful ships. Again, they've had refurbishments. They're stunning. They've brought them more up to date, more modern feel as well, which is lovely. And they've really brought them into the sort of 21st century. Again, as I said, I would say it's more of a couple ship. Different from some of the other ships we feature. And you still have got that little bit of formality. They're trying to let it down a little bit, but I still think in the evening you will sort of dress up a little bit more smarter. They'll have formal nights on there, which is nice. They still have first and second dining. You can try fencing, which I'm sure you've never tried before. But again, you've got good bar service, you've got the white glove service as well. Of course, as you mentioned, the afternoon teas, and they have a lot of the guest speakers on board as well.
So it's
really very, very good. And I think with something like this, when you're doing like an Alaska, you've got the chance to obviously go and sort of, you know, beautiful ports of call you go to, but you're also coming back to luxury as well, which is stunning. Of course, the shows, again, beautiful shows. As I said, more traditional shows that they have in comparison to some of the other ships. And I still think you've got that little bit, as I said, of formality. compared to some of the other ships.
Yeah, so if you do like, you know, dressing up on an evening, then this...
You don't have to wear the tuxedos every night. They'll have probably a couple during a week, but every other night it'll be like smart cash and do it that way.
I had a magical time. And let's just show you a little bit.
That's my old home, that one.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
That one on there for you. So, again, I love Cunard, as I said. And, of course, the exciting news is in 24 they're bringing out Queen Anne, which is the new ship.
I know.
And, again, we're just starting to talk at the moment about pre-regging. Obviously, it's going to sell very, very well. And it's coming out this month, so more details to follow. But again, that's the Royal Court Theatre, stunning classic style theatre that they have on there for you as well. As I said, many of the cabins and many of the staterooms, many of the suites have all been upgraded. Again, you've got the Lido pool, you've got a nice sized pool area there as well for you just to relax and take it easy. But again, the main thing with this one, especially something like in Alaska, you've got loads of viewing areas, which is really, really good. That's what you want. It's class.
Yeah, it really is.
And I think if you haven't tried, this is obviously like a trip of a lifetime on there for you. There's nowhere better to do it on a ship like this. You've got style and luxury as you come back. But imagine going to Alaska, being on a Queen and then going on the Rocky Mountain.
Well, this is, I mean, it is a trip of a lifetime. And we're going to just now show the itinerary because there's a lot more to this trip than just the cruise. Yeah,
so this one we're going to fly into Vancouver. Now, as I said, Vancouver's a fantastic city. I'm not going to go into too much detail at the moment because we've just got the one night there and we're going to have a slightly longer stay at the end because it's obviously to coincide with the Rocky Mountaineer. And after your one night in Vancouver, we're then going to obviously join the ship and, as I said, a stunning way to sail out. Now, normally the ships in Vancouver actually dock right in the pier area there, so you'll see it. You can go through the hotel and onto the ship, and it's a wonderful sail out. Again, imagine sailing out with, you've got seaplanes landing on the water near you. You've got that amazing scenery just to start your cruise. So again, a lot of this is a bit like a fields cruise. It's the cruising that's going to be the highlights on there for you. So first of all, we're going into Sitka, which is one of the small towns that they have there. Again, amazing scenery. There was a programme I watched on BBC a little while ago where they did the gold rush. They followed the gold rush trail. Watch that before you go on this. It will just get you really in the mood of it. Of course, great time of year to go. June is a prime time to go for the whales and marine life. You might do a whale watching tour there. You could go and mingle with the locals, do a bit of the gold rush as well. But as I said, whatever you decide to do, you will spend a few pounds on the tours there because it might be a once in a lifetime opportunity to go to that place. From there, again, we've already done Glacier Bay. We're moving on then to Juneau, which is the capital. And again, this, of course, is the gold rush area. This is the scenery that you're going to see. So keep your eyes out for the bears. Keep your eyes out for the goats around, and when we did the Rocky Mountaineer, it was fantastic. But this is the dock you come into. Look at that stunning scenery.
Amazing.
And that's just the dock. That's the dock. And then, of course, from there you can go out and chance go out into the wildlife. If you really want to experience this, it's a wonderful opportunity to do that. And as I said, you've got the wildlife there, and of course, when you're sailing, you'll have the glaciers as you're going from each port of call.
So, you know, we were supposed to do this last year, but obviously couldn't do it because of the pandemic.
And I'll tell you one thing you do find on the ships is they don't tend to, not a lot of people stick to their dining because they tend to be up on top deck taking in the views, and then they say, do you know what, tonight we just go to the buffet because, again, we just want to take in as many views.
Don't miss a thing, do you?
No, exactly. We then go into Ketchikan. Ketchikan, again, is really famous for the gold rush area there. You've got the salmon, beautiful salmon and fishery areas there. You've got the wooden style buildings they have. They do trips taking you out to the gold rush. You can see where they used to pan for gold. And again, some phenomenal opportunities to go out into the scenery there. The totem poles are synonymous in this part of the world as well. So again, get yourselves out on tour and see as much as you can, because as I said, you may only do Alaska once and you want to see as much as you possibly can. But of course, it doesn't stop there. We then have a day at sea and then we come back into Vancouver. Now in Vancouver, we have to tie it in with the train, with the cruise, so the train doesn't go out every single day. So the way this one's going to work is we're going to give you 3 days in Vancouver to go and see Vancouver. If we can just get a couple of more images of Vancouver, guys, if that's possible, just to show the people on there. But Vancouver's a wonderful city to be there. I was there, I say, a few years ago. Service in the bars and restaurants is phenomenal. It's a beautiful place to go. We went out to Capilano Bridge. We did some of the tours there as well. Even if you just wander around the city, you've got 3 days there to experience it. And then I would suggest an early night on the night before you join the Rocky, and then you're going into one of the highlight places in the world, which is Rocky Mountaineer.
Right, this is, yeah.
Now, a couple of years ago, I was fortunate enough to go and experience Rocky Mountaineer. I would still say it's probably one of the highlights of my travel career over 25 years. Now, you've got 2 services. People go, what's the difference between Silverleaf and Goldleaf? If we just keep on that image as well. So the Silverleaf are standard seats, obviously more comfortable. I would say like a premium economy that you'd get on a plane. And again, from there, you'll be served your meals at your table. Again, you get the views. The staff, I've never known staff with knowledge Service levels on those particular trains, phenomenal. With Gold Leaf, you go onto an upper tier level. You've got massive viewing areas, and then when you go down for your breakfast and lunch, you go downstairs into a separate restaurant, which is served for you.
What did you do? God, tell me, did you do gold?
I did gold and silver. They made us do both.
Oh, you tried both.
Yeah. So Silver Leaf was great. You notice the difference with gold.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm telling you now, if you're going to do this and you're going to spend the money, upgrade. It's $479 to go Gold Leaf, because you'll get on there and go, why did we not do this? This is the other thing they have with Gold Leaf. At the back of the Gold Leaf trains, they have like an area, like an almost festival, that you can go and stand outside and get a bit of fresh air and take in more of the views, whereas Silver Leaf is almost like being on a flight, because it's enclosed on there for you. So that's another benefit of it, and I think 99% of people, when they do this, go for Gold Leaf. Now, the service on there, as I said, is exceptional. You'll have 2 days of constant views. The train is going to take you from Vancouver to Kamloops, where you'll have 1 night stay. And again, your luggage meets you at the hotel. So you check out your hotel in the morning, you go on the train with your hand luggage, and then the luggage is at your hotel the following night. You have 1 night at Kamloops, then you're back on the train, and then Kamloops up to Banff. Again, constant scenery. I think even though I had my phone, I think I ran out of photos. We got to see the bears, we got to see the wildlife as well. It's second to none. And it's one of the only times when you join the Rocky Mountaineer, they have the bagpipes and they announce it. It's the only time hairs went on the back of my neck. I mean, it really did when you went on there. And you felt proud to be on it. Everyone comes out and waves the Rocky Mountaineer when it travels through. And if you want to see this part of the world in style and in all its glory, it's the only way to do it.
Well, you've sold it to me, Glenn. So I wanted to do it last year.
Yeah,
and
but
now
you've got, as I said, it's all to do with, obviously, what you can afford and what you can't afford. But I think if you're going to spend that money, please look at going for Gold Leaf.
And we should say you've got obviously, the hotel stays as well.
Stays are included on there for you. You've got all your food and drink whilst on the Rocky Mountaineer. As I said, you've got your 1 night stay there in Vancouver, because you'd always do a 1 night pre-stay. I think we've got 2 nights, 2 or 3 nights in Vancouver on the package as well. You've got the classic Rocky Mountaineer, eastbound Vancouver to Banff, and then, as I said to you before, upgrade to that Gold Leaf, the rail journey for $479.
And I know it's a lot to take in, but just give us a call. You can give us a call tonight up to 10 o'clock or first thing tomorrow, and we have got specialists that will talk through, all the details and everything you need to know. And we have got obviously all the different cabins available, from the inside, the outside, the balcony, and the grill suites as well.
Right, can I just recommend, Sean, just quickly on there, if you're going to do Alaska, again, it's all to do with budget. Go for the balcony. Totally look at the difference in price. If you're spending that sort of money, please go for the balcony. You'll get the benefits.
Or even, I mean, looking at, even the outside, you're only paying 100.
Yeah, exactly. The outside's fine, but I think, imagine being in your cabin or your stateroom and then sailing out through Alaska and going, did you see that? Well, no, I had an inside cabin. Out on your balcony, have a drink, see you in Alaska.
It's a trip of a lifetime. But we are going to just also show you one of our hot picks. Have a look at this. Now, if you missed this at the beginning of the show, we know this is selling really well, Glenn. I mean, we could not believe the price, because 7 nights in July as well on Sky Princess.
Sean, all I'm selling at the moment, like literally nearly every other booking I'm making at the moment is Princess. Obviously, Enchanted Princess launched for the summer out of Southampton a couple of weeks ago. That's absolutely storming. Princess, I don't know what they're doing at the moment. Since their staycation cruises last year, everyone's coming back going, brilliant, book me up, book me up. My mate's the cruise director on there, Andy, and he's on there at the moment, so he puts updates every day, so I'm seeing what the ship's like. People are coming off Princess at the moment and loving it, and then they're going, is that the price? What's the catch? Now, the other thing, obviously, to do on there for you, which I would advise, £30 per person per day, and that would give you the Princess Plus. That gives you your drinks package, premium drinks package, tips and Wi-Fi included.
Well, I would highly recommend that, Glenn.
Well, exactly, yeah, definitely, 100%.
But honestly, I'm one of those customers. I only did my first cruise with Princess when the pandemic was just coming to an end and they started doing the staycation. So I did one of those with some friends here and loved it. It was amazing.
People are coming off the ship going, let's book another one. Even if it's the same year, or they're booking it for next year. Even their stuff they've got for next year, they've got some really, really good offers on there as well.
So that one is selling really well, as you can imagine. You need to give us a call for that right now.
Did you tell people about our cruise?
Hey?
Have you told people about our cruise?
No. We won a cruise together last week. Not as a couple, obviously.
No, wasn't it?
a drinking couple.
yeah, we had a couple of drinks. We were on, what did we on last week? We went Celebrity Beyond, didn't we?
We did. We had an amazing time.
Beautiful, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. We had such a good time. It was so nice to hang out together and with our friends as well. But anyway, we've got one final cruise for you, and it's with NCL. Like the itinerary on this one.
Beautiful itinerary. This is one of my favourite itineraries. I think Eastern Med is one of my favourite, but NCL is a brilliant brand out there. They're doing a lot of advertising on the TV at the moment. Again, we just talked about Cunard. I'd say this is the different end of it. This is more informal.
Yes.
I would say more geared for possibly families, possibly younger clientele as well. If you look at the stage show they have, they are very more modern. No dress-up nights at all, no formal nights. It's all smart cash. It's for people that say just want to be on holiday and dress smart cash and enjoy it. Freedom dining throughout the ship, loads of different speciality restaurants.
So you can just arrive at any restaurant, any time?
Any time, yeah. Well, I think you need to book in, but as I said, you can go when you want on there anyway. They've got loads of activities on the various ships. As I said, this one we're featuring is obviously the Norwegian Escape, but they've all got different sort of amenities on board. The shows are wonderful, and I love this sort of ship at the moment. I love going from venue to venue. There's something going on in each one. Oh, should we go and eat now? Let's go and eat at this particular time. It gives you that freedom. And again, with this one as well, you've got the upgrade now to free at sea, $199 per person, and this, again, 99% people will take this one. So this will give you speciality dining, this will give you Wi-Fi, this will give you a number of meals in the speciality restaurants, and also, of course, it gives you your premium drinks package. So that
all-inclusive then?
All-inclusive.
Yeah.
So I think it's up to about $15 per drink, and again, for £199 for 10 nights, 20 quid a day to get all that is brilliant value.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, you've got to take it.
So we're going to fly you over to Rome to start with, aren't we?
Yeah, so we're going to fly you into Rome on this one, and then you've got a day at sea, which is always nice. I think it's nice, especially on a ship like this, because you've got loads of stuff to go and see. And as I said, we're flying into Rome, and then, as I said, just a chill-out day to relax and take it easy. We then move on from there, once you've had your day at sea, to, I think, and it's my personal opinion, probably the most beautiful port in the world.
I
agree. Santorini.
I agree.
You're in the Caldera. This is the famous pictures you have in Santorini, the blue dome buildings. So when you go into Santorini, you can't dock, you tender over. Again, the tours go one way, and then you come in to obviously Fira, which is the main town. You can take the cable car up, and then I suggest heading over to Oia, where the blue dome buildings are. One of the most beautiful places in the world. That's the pictures that you're going to get of the ship. That's the Caldera there. And I think if you really want to experience Greece and you want to say, I'm in paradise, Santorini is second to none. And as I said, I think that will probably be the highlight of your cruise. Talking about Greece, we then move into the capital. We go to Athens. Now, again, we go into Piraeus. Piraeus is about 20-25 minutes from Athens itself. But again, make sure you go into Athens. There's not so much in Piraeus, it's where the ships go to. But of course, you've got the Acropolis.
I did that a few years ago. Yeah. It's amazing.
And again, it gets hot, so make sure you take bottles of water with you, you dress appropriately. Good footwear as well, because it's uneven ground.
But again, honestly, it's incredible.
You've got the Pantheon, you've got the Pantheon Museum now next door, which is great. If you really want to learn about Greek culture, you can. Then I suggest going down into Plaka, which is all the back streets of Athens with the Acropolis there. Sit and have a proper meze meal. And then when they say dessert, you go grapes. They just pick it off the vines and they serve you the grapes. It is a fantastic place to go and see, and one of my favourite destinations. We then go on to Corfu. I was lucky enough to holiday there a couple of years ago, and we docked just outside Corfu town. So again, you can go on to a number of different destinations there. Again, fantastic places to go and see. It's a beautiful opportunity to get around the island. I suggest taking a tour in Corfu and going out to some of the nice destinations they have there. And then from there, coming back into Corfu town in the afternoon. They've got some lovely little restaurants all along the main front. When we were there, we used to sit down and just do a bit of people watching. And then again, you can either take a cab back to the ship or you can walk back, give yourself plenty of time to get back. So a nice, popular destination. We then head into Malta, into Valletta. Now, Valletta's becoming very popular. Some ships are doing turnaround places there now. And again, it's a lovely area to dock because you dock right in the town. So as you come off the ship, you walk across, you go up the stairs or the elevator, and then you're into the old town. And a lot of people now are holidaying in Malta, so you get a chance to experience it, and you may have a holiday there. You've got all the old back streets. It's a beautiful old town to look around and just get lost for the day. You don't really need to do a tour if you don't want to. I would just get lost in the old town of Valletta. Then we go on to Sicily, the island of Sicily, and again, nice destination there to go and explore. I would probably recommend the trip going up to Mount Etna, if you've never done that before. Listen to it.
I haven't done it, but
listen to it booming and making its noise. It's still rumbling. It's still got a funny belly up there, and it's still making noises. But again, then you can head back in to Sicily. Of course, Sicily famous. I'd watch The Godfather before you go there, just to get you in the mood for it. But it's a great place to go and see, and you've got the old cathedral to wander around. But as I said, do a trip to Mount Etna in the morning, and then come back down and spend the day in the town in the afternoon. Then I think the best destination in Europe for tours, personally. Unfortunately, we've only got one day in Naples. Now, Naples itself, everyone has a go at me about Naples. I wouldn't spend the day in Naples. Really busy with traffic. I'd get out and about because there's loads to see. Things to see in Naples are Pompeii, half-day tour. Vesuvius, half-day tour. Capri or Ischia, the two islands off Naples, full-day tours. Sorrento, take a car or take a trip up the coastline. And then again, of course, you've got the Amalfi Coast. So much to see in one day. You've got to decide what you want to do. And a lot of people go to Naples and then come back on a holiday and stay there for a few days in Sorrento, places like that. And then, of course, into Cannes, which is, of course, on the Côte d'Azur. Back into Florence and Pisa. I've not got that there. I've got Florence and Pisa. OK, Florence and Pisa next. And on this one, we're going into Livorno. So with this one, again, Livorno's OK. Someone said to me the other day, would you stay in Livorno? No, get out and about and see the main sites. So you've got Florence and Pisa, which is one of the sites to go and see. You can spend half day there, you can spend a full day. The full day tour's quite good because you do the full day tour, you do a tour in the morning and then spend the afternoon going around, but you've got the Ponte Vecchio, of course you've got the Duomo, which you can see there in the picture, but Florence again is a wonderful place to go and see. Of course, many people want to go and see the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Again, it's one of those places you go to once, you take your silly picture of the tower back up. But of course, you've also got Lucca. You can go out to Siena.
That was lovely.
And again, if you're into your Tuscan sort of food and drink and places like that, you have the opportunity to do that, and some wonderful destinations there from Livorno. And then from there, down into the Côte d'Azur, and of course, we're going into Cannes. Now, this is home, of course, of the film festival, which I think is any day now. It's literally the second or third week of May, because you normally have that, and then you have the Monaco Grand Prix all around about the same time. Now, Cannes is great to go and see. You can actually go to the theatre, of course, where the Cannes Film Festival is. You've got the marina. I'd sit back there and do a bit of people watching for all the rich and famous. But of course, if not, you can then take a tour all the way up from Monaco, Monte Carlo. You can go to Nice. You can go to Villefranche. You can go to Saint-Tropez. Loads of places to see there and mingle with the rich and famous. And then from there, if my sheets are right, we're going to go back, I think, into Rome. We are. That will be where we're flying home. What a great destination. Eastern Med, Western Med, and look at the price.
Oh, well, you get to see so much on a cruise, don't you? So much, so many beautiful places just on one trip. And as Glenn mentioned earlier, I think this is something that pretty much all of us would want to do. Upgrade to Free at Sea. That's from £199 per person, and you'll get all-inclusive drinks. So that works out £20 a day for all-inclusive drinks. Specialty dining, and those restaurants are really special. Wi-Fi, and you'll even get a shore excursion credit as well. So do bear that in mind when you book this evening. And then we just want to show you the different prices, and something that Norwegian Cruise Lines are really good at, single accommodation as well. We often get asked about single accommodation.
They have single sort of studio rooms on there for you, which is great. And what they do on a lot of the NCL ships as well is you have all the studio cabins are in one area, and they have their own lounge. So, you know, if you want to go for dinner one night, you can put your name on it and someone else can join you. So you're not, it's almost like a meet and greet place they have on there, which is really good, and the prices are very good as well. They
are, but we've already had a sellout on that on the 12th of September, but there's still lots of other great dates available. So do have a look at those. Lots of dates in August and June as well. So that went too quickly, didn't it? Really did.
I don't want to drive home again. I don't want to go back in the car.
You're trying to crash hours.
Oh, God, no.
You don't want to drive home, you can crash hours, seriously.
That's fine. What?
You can.
What, in the West Wing or the East Wing?
I think both are free tonight.
Yeah, that's fine. All the staff have gone home for the night, have
they? He's so cheeky. But anyway, let's remind all of you lovely viewers of the cruises we've had tonight. We started off with a brand new ship from P&O. Very excited about this. Why is the price so good?
Transatlantics are always a really, really good price anyway. Obviously, the ships are coming back to them for the Med for the summer. But I think, again, if you want to try this, people love it. As I said, you do your Caribbean, and again, it's one flight. You know,
well, I prefer that. I say I love that. You long, fairly long flight out, but then you make your way back to Southampton.
And if you look at that there, again, coming back that sort of time, even up to sort of Tenerife and heading back up the coastline, weather's still going to be good. Obviously, last couple of days, as you're just heading back into, you know, the top side of France, it cools down a bit, but it's great, and people come off these transatlantic so chilled out.
Well, if you want to go for that 937, amazing. I think that price probably will go up, but right now that's what you will pay. Then we went on board the beautiful, the stunning Queen Elizabeth with Cunard. This is a trip of a lifetime. It's right on my bucket list. Right.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. And as I said, I think it's one of those things. You know, if you ever get the chance to do it, and combining it with the ship as well. So you know, you've got beautiful Queen Elizabeth. You've got the Vancouver stage. You've got an Alaska cruise as well. And then just coming off that Alaska cruise, you think, right, I'm flying home. Oh no, I'm not. I'm going on the Rocky Mountain here. And what you'll find is a lot of people will be doing that combination. And the
great thing is, Planet, because you organise everything.
We do everything. Yeah, we do everything for the clients on there for them. And as I said, that Rocky Mountain is phenomenal. And again, with that one as well, make sure you upgrade on that gold leaf.
Yeah.
Definitely worth it.
And then we've just seen it, the beautiful 10-nighter on board the Norwegian Escape. So 10 nights, Greek Isles, Italy and Rome. And that is just £1,199 per person as well. So do give us a call. That opens until 10 o'clock tonight.
I really like that itinerary. Really like that.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Really nice.
And don't forget, we also had the hot pick from Fred Olsen as well. And I think this is lovely because not all of us want to fly for hours or travel really far afield, but this hot pick allows you to see the beautiful scenic Isles of Scotland. And I feel embarrassed to say, but you know, I've hardly visited Scotland in my lifetime.
Beautiful. As I said, I mean, even if the weather's not brilliant, it's not the end of the world, but I've been up there a few times and it's stunning. And people haven't been up there, like you're saying. It's a wonderful part of the world. Fred Olsen's fantastic, really nice cruises, very classical, chilled out cruises, and to go up there for that time of year, you're going to get some great views up there. And Boletti's one of their newest ships.
Yeah, and you get free drinks and free tips if you book soon.
Yeah, because, you need to do that soon. That's ending soon.
That is ending, is it? Very, very shortly. Glenn, I'm so glad that you made it. It wouldn't be the same without you.
Yeah, next time I'll try and dress a bit better. People are going, oh, that's what he looks like normally.
Honestly, he came straight out of his car. 7-hour journey and just made it.
The phone's still in my car and everything in there.
Oh, bless you. Listen,
mate, pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Trying to get up here.
Do you know when we're next back, Glenn?
No, the team will let us know. I think hopefully next month we'll be back on. But
we are going to try and go for weekly shows going forward. You know, we're working towards that. But always check our schedule.
And I'll be leaving on Monday to come up.
Yeah, you better do. And also, you can always check my Facebook, Sean Ryan on Ideal World. So you can check my social media. You'll always find when Planet Cruises are on, because I always talk about it. So, Glenn, hope your journey back is better than the journey
quicker,
here. Yeah. Don't forget, give us a call. The number's there, open till 10 o'clock this evening.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you so much, Glenn.